So the past month, I've really been reworking my YouTube channel to try to find a better fit where I can be more myself on YouTube. What special ingredients do I bring to the table, and how can I design my YouTube channel into something that's a great fit for me, but also stands out on YouTube? To sort this out, I've been having to dig deep, ask myself a lot of tough questions. And in today's video, we're gonna be focusing on this question that's been stumping me, making me pause a lot this past week, which is, does my communication style in these videos on camera match how I communicate and talk and connect in real life when I'm hanging out with friends? And the more I thought about that question, the more I realized the answer is sort of no. It's not that this right here is fake, it's just a lot more performative, expressive, animated than probably how I would communicate with my friends in normal life, which is normal when you're talking to the camera, but I was trying to think a little bit more deeply about what if there's some special ways I am myself when I'm with my friends that I can suddenly bring to the table here on camera that's a better natural fit for how I am. One of my favorite YouTubers right now is this guy named Anthony Rasinello. He's a dating, social, relationship coach who does these reaction videos to popular influencer couples. During the reactions, he's super authentic. He's joking around, and he also grounds the videos in really deep life advice about meaningful connections, self-acceptance, girl-guy dynamics. It's totally my jam. And as I've been rethinking my content, two things really stood out to me about Anthony's. The first thing that stood out to me was how playful, reactive, engaged in the moment Anthony's reactions are. It doesn't seem like he's refilming his reactions over and over again to get this, dynamic take. He naturally can be very present, focused, engaged in the moment, and share a genuine, expressive reaction. That's something I actually don't think I naturally do. Hold that thought, we'll get back to that a little bit later. The second thing that stood out to me was how slowly Anthony speaks in his videos. It's very calm. He's talking like he would in normal life, even if it's a little bit on the slow side. He's not really doing the expressive, animated, performing version of himself. He's just talking like he normally would in real life. The way I talk in 95% of my YouTube videos is like I'm putting on a show. I'm more expressive, I'm more animated, I talk faster, I talk louder. I actually make my voice a little higher because I know it projects better than my natural low voice mumbling. Talking like this is fun, but it's definitely tiring. What if there's a different way I can communicate on YouTube where it doesn't feel like I'm putting on a show, but instead like I'm hanging out with a friend? What in the world would that look like? Behind the scenes, I research personality type, communication style, how our brains work, all sorts of stuff like that all the time. And this past month, I actually came across this framework someone made to describe how different personality types like engaging with, reacting to new stuff, new information. Are we the type of person that likes to repackage information and blast it back at other people? Are we really great talkers, good at expressing our points? This is what I want to say. This is what you need to know. Or are we someone who likes to listen, observe, get the full story? Are you someone who's really good at asking more questions, reading a little more, gathering, consuming more information? The third style of reacting, it calls sleep, where you're someone who really likes to process, digest information. Are you someone who likes to stew on things, sort things out, really dive deeper and understand? The last group of people this framework talks about are people who like to play, react to what's happening right now in the moment. If you see something funny, if someone says something funny, you like to interact with that, banter, joke around. Now you might be thinking, what does this have to do with your YouTube channel? Chances are you like doing all four of those things. We all love being great communicators, learning new things, taking some time to think, and joking around, playing. But the framework points out you don't really do all four of these things equally. There's some you find more fun, energizing, you do them all the time. And then there's other ones you only do sometimes, when you have enough energy or when you feel more comfortable. It's really interesting to think about which ones I instinctively do more and instinctively do less. For me, I think it was sleep, consume, blast, play. Sorting, processing internal information is really easy for me. Listening for more, digging a little deeper, teaching other people the things I'm figuring out. I do that pretty often. The one that really stood out to me is the last one, play. I don't do that all the time. It's only in certain contexts or when I feel extra comfortable. I'm sort of cautious about it. I get really tired if I have to do it all the time. That's just me though. I know a lot of other people, maybe you're like this, where playing, bantering, reacting in the moment is really, really easy, and stewing on things, digesting things, internal sorting is a lot less fun for you. We all know friends who are extra good at some of those reaction styles. They like to talk and teach. They like to really dive in deeper, listen, learn. Others like to stew on things, sort things out in their head, and others are so good at being in the moment, reacting, joking around, being really present. In Anthony's YouTube videos, he's able to play really easily. But when I think about how I'd react in that same situation, my instincts would be completely different. I do joke around with friends, especially one-on-one, especially when I'm really comfortable. But when I think about my natural instinct, that playing reaction style is not my go-to at all. When I was a baby, my parents say I didn't really interact very much. I would just sit in one spot and observe. I like doing that all the time. And even now, when I'm much older, my natural instinct is to do basically the same thing. I'm a very calm person. Even if I accidentally break something or people are honking at me, I don't really react. I don't really get flustered. A lot of times when people first meet me, if I'm too relaxed, people think I'm mad because I forget to smile. I just say everything really calmly, really matter-of-factly. I forget that people can't really see my thoughts, that I actually am engaged. I'm just not the best at outwardly showing it all the time. On YouTube, a lot of the strongest personalities are people who like to play, react, perform. It's very natural for them. That's great, and as we talked about before, I can do that. But the more I thought about my personality and how that playful in-the-moment reaction isn't really my natural focus, maybe I shouldn't be trying to be that person on YouTube. It's funny, even though I don't outwardly react, I don't think I'm a boring person. Actually, if you visited inside here, I find it extremely thrilling all the time, exciting. I'm always like sorting through new things, noticing new things, trying to piece it all together in my head. When I was filming my brainstorming process for different parts of this series, the more I wrote out, I was digging up some really cool stuff. I was making some huge realizations, some awesome discoveries. It felt so exciting. It was so awesome. But this is what it looked like on the outside. It looks like I'm so mad. When I saw this dissonance between how exciting things were up here versus how exciting they looked on the outside, I realized I need to do something about that. I need to give better access to my world, what I'm thinking about. If all the exciting stuff is happening silently over here, I need to find some clever ways to share that and make that exciting for you guys. There's been hints of that, glimpses of that on my YouTube channel already, but how can I amplify that and do that more? I started brainstorming how I am with my friends, what's special about that one-on-one dynamic. And I'm not performing, I'm not putting on a show, so what am I? And how can I bring some of those special ingredients into my content more? The past 6 months behind the scenes, I've been doing some really fun sorting, but I've waited to repackage, polish all the information before I feel comfortable blasting the information to you guys. Even though for me, the most exciting part was actually digging around for the full story, asking myself tough questions, sorting things out, processing, digesting, playing around with new ideas. What if I found a way to show that in my YouTube videos? How can you share a thinking space, a mental discovery process, and make that exciting for other people? When I thought about what that content could look like, more introspective, more mental, more reflective, what came to mind weren't video essays, glossy breakdown videos, definitely not reaction videos. What came to mind is content that's a little longer, a little less edited, a little more intimate. Maybe more voiceover to show that mental headspace, that discovery process, that journey. There's a lot of female creators on YouTube that are really good at this. They know how to share their feelings, their discovery process, their introspection, their reflection. I was thinking about new things I can try to work into my content smoothie. I was learning a lot from them. The more I'm able to design content that highlights who I am, how I see the world, what I get excited about, the more I'm gonna be able to thrive and stand out on YouTube. The more I practice sharing my story, not like I'm putting on a show, but like I'm connecting with a friend, the more we're gonna be able to connect. When you think about your content smoothie, how you're packaging yourself on YouTube, does the style and format of your videos let you be yourself on YouTube? Out of those 4 styles of reacting, blast, consume, sleep, play, which is the least fun for you, your lowest priority in normal life, the most draining, tiring for you in normal life. Remember, none of these things are bad things. Some people are great at playing, bantering, reacting in the moment. Some people are horrible at it, but they're great at other things. Doesn't matter if you're an introvert, overthinker, young, old, you have special, wonderful things you bring to the table. And I hope this glimpse into some of my sorting process could help you see that today. There are so many more realizations that have been coming up this past month. I'm excited to keep sharing them as I'm able in this series. If you want to discuss these topics a little more, connect with other thoughtful creatives like you who are unpacking the same stuff, there's a Facebook group in the description below to get that exact thing going. Thank you guys for everything. You are the change maker of your own life. Let's think more deeply. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, peace. Bye.